Namaskaram. I hope everybody is keeping well. Let me start my talk. My topic of discussion is Yoga, the way of life, new horizon of mankind. Let me ask two questions. Why do we live? The second question is, how do we live? The first question, it varies from answer to the first question varies from person to person. But the second question, we have to decide, how do we live? The answer is yoga. It is a blissful, successful and meaningful way of life. Then the question comes, what is yoga? Yoga is a Sanskrit word that means huge. Huge means union or get united. With what get united? Our soul and our universal consciousness. Union of our soul and universal consciousness, right? Then again there is one question. What is the necessity of union of soul and our consciousness? I am posing the questions in a different way. That is, why do we practice yoga? We need a logical answer. Any process or any system is recognized by the humankind, human body or society, because it has usefulness to the society. You take the case of science and technology. It has widespread application to society. Suppose I am sitting here and delivering a lecture. You are listening it because it's application of science. And every day the science is progressive. Similarly, yoga is also like that. It is a science of human behavior. It is a science of human behavior because it deals with human mind. It is an ancient science because it depends on the laws of nature. Yoga helps us to solve the problems, psychological problems. What are the psychological problems facing humanity today? Can you tell? That is unhappiness, restlessness, hyperactivity, emotional imbalance. There are so many things, stress. So how to solve? Yoga solving these issues in a systematic and scientific way. Yoga started 5,000 years ago. It is a divine gift of ancient Indian culture. Some people naturally think that yoga means twisting the body, bending the body. That is, these are all not yoga. Some of them think that some sort of complicated breathing. These are only superficial matters. Yoga is a way of life. You all know schools of yoga emphasize the importance of mind. Mind is an important factor. Do you want your mind calm? We want to live with peace of mind. It is like a pond. When there is still water, we can see through it. If it is disturbed, you cannot see it, right? The beauty of yoga is that it is practiced by thousands of people around the world. Beginners practice this because they want to shape the body. But in the long run, they will realize that something beyond physical exercise, something unique. So yoga has such a great benefit to the society. The principle of yoga is to discipline the body and mind. We have a body, we have a mind also. For that, Yoga is the means to achieve this. How to achieve this? Through asanas, through pranayamas, through meditation. This can be achieved through, these are all explained in what is called Patanjali Yoga Sutra. Who is Patanjali? He is a saint, he is a Maharshi. He gave a new dimension to the philosophy of yoga. He made a masterful contribution to the philosophy of yoga. He consolidated, collected, and demonstrated all the principles of yoga in his classical work, Patanjali Yoga Sutra. Do you know what is meant by sutra? Sutra means it is key, otherwise it is called a thread. The combinations of words threaded together. There are 196 sutras. It happened in 200 BC. Where is the Samadhi place of Patanjali? That is in Rameshwaram. That is, Patanjali defined yoga, Chitta Vritti Nirodha. What does it mean? You should be free from all sorts of modifications of mind. We have undesirable thoughts in our mind. We have undesirable words, undesirable activities. You should be free from all these activities. The core of Patanjali is explained as eightfold theory. It is otherwise called, you may be knowing, Ashtanga Yoga. Ashtanga you may be knowing because it is a word popularly in Ayurveda. Ashtanga Yoga means there are 8 paths. That is Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Prathyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. The first one is Yama. Yama means what? Abstention from injury through words, through thoughts, through actions. Yama is again divided into 5 parts. The first one is Ahimsa. You may be knowing very well about what is Ahimsa. Who is the apostle of Ahimsa in India? Our father of our nation. Who is he? Mahatma Gandhi. Ahimsa means friendliness, kindness, and thoughtful consideration of others. You must learn to respect everyone and everything around us. Everybody has the right to live in this world. Some people are of the opinion that human being is the most intelligent creature of this universe. You remember one thing, Jagadish Chandra Bose 100 years ago demonstrated that there is no fundamental difference between animals, plants and human beings. Everybody has the right to live in this world. I will ask you a simple question. Suppose there is no nature in this universe. There is no nature. Nature means I am representing is plants and animals. Then human being cannot survive. If there is no plants, if there is no animals in this on this earth, human being cannot survive. So just imagine the reverse. If there is no human being, the plants and animals can survive. So who is most important? Nature is important. If there is no nature, we cannot survive in this universe. You see, Jesus Christ, when he was crucified, he uttered the last word. What was it? Dear Father, please forgive them as they do not know what they are doing. So please, my dear friends, follow the practice of Ahimsa. The second one is called Sathya. What is Sathya? Sathya means truthfulness. We should speak truth always. Is it possible? There are certain instances we cannot speak all truths. Sometimes it will harm others. Am I correct? So what we will do? We have to think before we are speaking something, how to speak, what to speak, and what is the situation. There are cases of deception in this universe. There are different types of deception taking place in our society. Malpractices, corruption. Malpractice in the medical field causes death of different people. That is, selling the secrets of our nation is also deception. So, my dear friends, please do not follow deception, and you have to speak truth always. And the third one is called asteya. What is steya means stealing, asteya means non-stealing. You should not take anything that does not belong to us. Am I correct? If there are situations in which somebody entrusts something to us, we should not take advantage to it. There are so many cases of corruption taking place in this universe. God knows what is good for us. We have to follow like that. And fourth one is called Brahmacharya. What is Brahmacharya? Brahmacharya, strictly speaking, keep a celibate life, unmarried life. Is it possible? It is impossible, because the production of next generation is impossible if everybody is following the practice of Brahmacharya. So, Brahmacharya means self-control. That is, if some people are simply wasting time for provocative films and also thinking or dreaming about opposite sex or their behavior or their dress, they are simply wasting time. So, this energy can be utilized for constructive purpose. That is, you should be loyal to your wife and loyal to your husband also. Your thoughtful sex will lead to incurable diseases. You know that AIDS. So, keep away, practice self-control. And the last one is called Aparigraha. What is Aparigraha? That is neutralizing the desire to acquire or accumulate wealth. Some people, even at the age of 85 years, they started accumulating wealth. So, they are far away from God. And you know that there are enough resources in this universe. The only thing is that we have to share our resources to our friends also. And these are the 5 important parts of Yama, 5 parts of Yama. Next one is second important point, part of Ashtanga Yoga is Niyama. What is Niyama? Niyama means purification of our mind, purification of our body. That is called Niyama. The first Niyama is called what is it? Purity, cleanliness. There are 2 types of purity is there. One is external purity and the other one is internal purity. External purity means taking bath every day, drinking pure water, following healthy food habits. These are external purity. But internal purity is most important. There are few enemies that will create impurity in our minds. They are Kama, Krodha, Lopha, Moha, Meda and Malsara. What is Kama? Excessive desires in life, right? And Krodha means what? Krodha means anger. Some people are always angry. If you ask something, they will answer the question with some sort of unhappy, in an unhappy mood. That is called anger. Lopha means greedy. Greedy for what? Greedy for wealth. Greedy for something towards worldly affairs. Moha. Moha means temptation. Temptation to what? Some people are always temptation for getting sweet, delicious food. That is Kama, Krodha, Lopha, Moha. The next one is Meda. Meda means ego. Ego means superiority complex. Some people think that they are superior to everybody. In case of educational qualification, family background, but they never think that there are so many good virtues of other people. So remember that, keep away from all these unhealthy desires and practices. The last one is Malsara. What is Malsara? Malsara means it is jealousy. It is the most important evil of this universe. Suppose you are working in a government office and you are getting a promotion or you are getting an award. Some of your colleagues may make a comment that he got this award because he got some political influence, or he might have paid money for that. This is called malsara, that is jealousy. You know one thing, those people keeping jealousy in their mind will never reach in their life. Am I correct? Why it is so happening? Because what is the reason for that? Because they will always thinking about others. They will not think about their wife, they will not think about the children. The second of Niyama is Santhosh. What is Santhosh? Santhosh means contentment. Being happy with what you have rather than unhappy with what you do not have. Are you following? There are certain factors in this world which is beyond our control. Yes, is correct? And get joy from doing the work. Don't expect its result. Give it to God. And remember one thing, I will give an example. Suppose you are playing a match with a strong team. In spite of you played well, in spite of you did hard work, you lost the game. What you will do? Get depressed. Is it correct? Some of them get depressed. But you have to show the sportsman spirit. How to show the sportsman spirit? You go to the other team leader and say congratulations. This is an important message. And if you say congratulations to the other team leader, what will happen? They will respect you. This you have to practice in your daily life also. If some of your friends, some of your relatives getting an award, getting a rank in examination, or getting a promotion, you should be the first person to congratulate him. He may be your enemy or a friend. The advantage is that that person will never forget you. Am I correct? It is an absolute truth. So, first one is purity, the second one is Santhosh, the third one is what is called, I am going to tell the third one is called, what is called Tapas. What is the meaning of Tapas? Tapas, suppose some of the bright students, whenever their examination appears, they will keep away from all their friends. They will keep away from mobile or any sort of social media. They will concentrate only on their studies. I tell you one important thing is, if you want to achieve anything in your life, if you want to fulfill any of your goal, you have to sacrifice something. Is it so? That is, you have to burn your unnecessary desires of your mind. Then only you will get through the examination. You will get, if you want, you have a vision in your life. If you want to achieve something, then you have to remove some of your pleasures of your life. There are so many examples are there. APJ Abdul Kalam, K.R. Narayanan are excellent and eloquent testimony in this regard. And the next one is called self-study. What is self-study? Self-study means, suppose you are working in an office. At 6 p.m. you are reaching your home, and about 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. you have to go through an introspection. You have to examine yourself and see what happened today in my office. If there is any fault from my side, and the strength and weakness, merits and demerits you have to analyze. And the next day you are going to the office with a fresh mind, and faults will not be repeated again, right? This is called self-study. The teachers are usually taking feedback from students, and because for teaching learning process, for advancement of teaching learning process. And the last one is Ishara Pranidhana. What does it mean? That means you have to submit all your wishes, all your desires at the feet of God. You must understand that some omnipresent force exists in this universe that is better than your force. And pray to God. That is why Christians, Islam and Hindus are praying in the evening and also in the early morning. And you do your work well and leave the result to God Almighty. And every day you have to pray to God. And these are the different parts of Niyama. I hope you might understand these points. Let me deliver a brief discussion about what I told so far. That is, our topic of discussion is Yoga, the way of life. That is, the new horizon of mankind. Then we discussed about what is yoga and what is Patanjali Yoga. That is the core subject. Patanjali Yoga, eightfold path. Eightfold path is Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. Then there are 5 parts of Yama, that is Ahimsa, Sathya, Asteya, Brahmacharya, then Aparigraha. Then we had discussed about Niyama. What is Niyama? Niyama means purifying our mind and body. It also has 5 parts, that is purity or cleanliness. The second one is Santhosh, that is contentment. The third one is Tapas, it is called austerity, disciplined use of energy. And the fourth one is self-study. And the last one is Ishara Pranidhana. My dear friends, yoga is a perfect science. It is internationally accepted. I request you to practice yoga at least 30 minutes a day. The best time to practice yoga is early morning or after sunset. You first practice and realize the benefits of yoga. And I thank you for bearing me for this much time. Thank you all of you.